Well, folks, it seems like Joe Biden is back. Remember him? America's cool grandpa who occasionally wandered off to chase butterflies. He's been keeping a relatively low profile since leaving office. But recently, he decided to jump back into the media fray, and let me tell you, it's caused quite a stir. Biden sat down for interviews on The View and the BBC. It was like watching your grandpa try to explain TikTok to your friends. Awkward? A little bit. Entertaining? Absolutely. But these weren't just casual chats about his favorite flavor of ice cream. Biden came out swinging, taking aim at the Trump administration, and even acknowledging his own role in the Democratic Party's recent electoral setbacks. Not everyone was thrilled with Biden's decision to re-emerge. Some Democrats felt like it was a desperate attempt to stay relevant. Others worried that his presence would only remind voters of the party's perceived failings. So, was Biden's media blitz a stroke of genius or a major misstep? Let's dive in and unpack the fallout. Biden didn't hold back when it came to his successor. He unleashed a scathing critique of Trump's second term, calling it the worst first 100 days of any presidency in history. Ouch! That's gotta sting, even for a guy like Trump, whose skin is probably thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. But Biden wasn't done there. He went on to slam Trump's foreign policy, particularly his handling of the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. He accused Trump of emboldening Putin and undermining global stability. Now, I'm not a political analyst, folks, but I've watched enough cable news to know that attacking your opponent's foreign policy record is practically a requirement in American politics. It's like showing up to a barbecue without potato salad. Sure, you can technically still have a good time, but something's definitely missing. Biden's criticisms of Trump were predictable, but that didn't make them any less entertaining. It was like watching a prize fighter come out of retirement for one last fight. He may be a little rusty, but he can still pack a punch. Okay, folks, buckle up, because this is where things get really interesting. In a move that surprised pretty much everyone, Biden actually took responsibility for the Democratic Party's losses in the 2024 election. He admitted that he had made mistakes and that the party needed to do better. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, did Joe Biden just do something that politicians never do? Did he actually admit he was wrong? Well, it certainly seemed that way. But as with everything in politics, it's complicated. Some Democrats praised Biden for his honesty and humility. They argued that it was refreshing to see a politician take responsibility for his actions. Others, however, were less impressed. They saw Biden's mea culpa as a pointless exercise in self-flagellation. The debate over Biden's admission of responsibility highlighted the deep divisions within the Democratic Party. It was a microcosm of the larger struggle between the party's progressive and moderate wings. Section 4. A step too far? Critics argue. Biden's return hurts the Democratic brand. Not everyone rolled out the red carpet for Biden's return. Some Democrats, particularly those in the "we need to move on" camp, argued that his media blitz was a terrible idea. They felt that his presence only served to remind voters of the party's perceived failings. It's like bringing your ex to your family reunion right after a messy breakup. Just awkward for everyone involved. One strategist, Anthony Coley, argued that Biden's appearances created an unhelpful contrast with the current administration. It's like comparing a lukewarm cup of decaf coffee to a triple-shot espresso. Sure, the decaf might be comforting in its familiarity, but it's not exactly going to get your heart racing. Another unnamed strategist went even further, suggesting that Biden hadn't fully taken responsibility for the 2024 losses. This strategist argued that Biden should have just come out and said he shouldn't have run for re-election in the first place. Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily true, but it's certainly a spicy take. The criticism of Biden's reemergence underscored the challenges facing the Democratic Party as it tries to navigate a post-Biden world. Section 5. The Carter Blueprint: Should Biden embrace community work? So if Biden's media blitz wasn't the answer, what should he be doing with his time? Well, some Democrats like strategist Steve Schale believe he should take a page out of Jimmy Carter's playbook. Remember him? The peanut farmer turned president turned tireless humanitarian. Schale argued that Biden should focus on community outreach and grassroots organizing. He suggested that Biden could use his platform to highlight important issues and mobilize voters. Think of it as less talk show circuit, more soup kitchen circuit. This suggestion taps into a broader debate within the Democratic Party about the role of former presidents. Should they be elder statesmen who offer guidance and support from the sidelines? Or should they be active participants in the political arena? It's a tough question, and there's no easy answer. But one thing's for sure. If Biden does decide to follow the Carter path, he'll need to trade in his aviator sunglasses for a trusty pair of work gloves.